The MISC Odyssey sales page gave us these images of a white boxed interior, giving us a clue as to what the ship looks like on the inside. And it looks pretty complete, pretty far along the line of design, interior-wise anyway. But these images are pretty small, and we missed a couple of things. And by we, I mean me. So let's dig in with a look at a larger picture of that. CIG has released a larger version of it, beginning with the afterdeck, and then at the end there's something which we all missed completely, which is that. Can you see those lines over there? Do you know what that is? I'll tell you in a second. Let's get to it. But first, let's begin with the afterdeck. The gravity generator Xi'an inspired design. So we didn't miss too much on this deck over here. We have the refinery next to it over there, the refinery system, the fuel, where you create your own fuel, and the image of the guy standing, where is it? Here it is. This image right here, you see the opening to his right. That opening to his right is that window over there and that window over there. So that gives us a nice clue as to how that looks, and a bit more detail in this large picture here. There isn't much that we missed in this picture, just a lot more detail in this deck, and the real interesting things begin when we move to the main deck, which is right there. So initially, when I saw this, all right, the arrow says pilot the Odyssey with excellent visibility and effortless control access. I looked at this picture and I said, oh, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 seats in the front, but something is hidden behind this triangle right over here, and what's hidden is this. Take a look at that. There are not 4 seats. There are no 4 seats. There are 6 seats in the front of the MISC Odyssey. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So captain is number 1, 3 gunners, and I guess an engineer. And obviously the ship piloted from some in the front, as we saw with Jax flying off through the wormhole. One of these is the pilot seat, or both of them are. So 6 people sitting in the front of the ship, and a lot more detail to be seen now. So leaving the cockpit area, we know components are in these 2 rooms over here. Moving on, we know these are the escape pods, positioned strategically between the cockpit and where the cabins are. Obviously, CIG learning from previous designs that if there is an emergency and you do need to escape, you are either in the cockpit or you are either in the cabin, most likely, and you need a place in between. That's a good spot for them, isn't it? And looking at these little rooms just off there, there's a chair. So, and there's a washroom. You also see a sink over there. So here we have 2 rooms. You can see a bunk bed, a living area, and a washroom. So there's 1, 2 over there, and moving on to the cabins. Now, initially it seemed that the cabins split off from the mess hall, but they do not. Walking down this hallway takes you to the mess hall, right over here. There is no exit from this mess hall to the cabins. The cabins have to be accessed from this perimeter hallway around the side over here. So there's 1 entrance to here now. There are 2 large cabins. This is 1 over here. This is 1 over here. The large cabins, obviously, captain and is number 1. We see a living area. There's a little chair over here. This is most likely an area where there'll be a desk and a terminal. Then the bunk bed is in there, and this area in here is most likely where the washroom is. Seeing it from the other angle, we can see a bunk over there. Moving on down the hallway to the other rooms. Now, these are smaller. You're walking through there. This area here, you can obviously see a chair. This is supposed to be a living area with a bunk bed against the wall right there, opening up to what is most likely the washroom or storage for that particular person over there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms positioned in there. That I did not see in the initial look. Moving our way through the mess hall, we are greeted with the main elevator right over there. You'll see it is an open concept elevator, and there is a ladder next to it. So should the power go out, you always have access to the ladder. We can go in and out, and that opens up to your 2 large docking collars on either side. And that goes through to the locker room, where I guess you store your large spacesuits or whatever you have in these lockers right here, with nice benches to sit, good for role playing, and another exit which takes you to a walkway which goes along the perimeter of your very, very generous hangar. There seems to be more doors opening up to more ladders going down the sides of the ship. and access to what looks to be an open area in the back with more access ladders. Lots of ladders all over the place, allowing you to transverse from upper to lower decks in many different ways, which seems about right. And let's move on to the last deck, which is the hangar deck. Not much more to add here. We can see it all, but we'll take a close look. We have the mining controls over there. We have the mining system behind that. The medical facility. A closer look at that. You'll see more details right now. There's the main elevator. There's the vehicle cargo ramp, the vehicle cargo bay, and the ship hangar. So here is a blown-up version of that. Take a look at this medical facility. The entrance is right over there. You walk in and you are presented with two doors. One leads you to these two beds over here, I guess for minor injuries, and one leads you to what is the T2 bed where you respawn. Well, it's T2 right now. Will this possibly be T1 in the future? We'll have to see how they decide to play around with that, but at the moment this is the T2 bed, same as the Carrack. Very likely we have an image of it right over here. So there it is. That's the interior of it. You can see the layout is pretty much on par with what you see over there. Outside of that was these two beds over there. And leaving the medical facility, heading down this hallway, it seems there is a smooth ramp that goes parallel to the ramp which drops down, coming down over there. Here we have the elevator. More about this elevator in a second. That moves on to your vehicle bay, which then opens up to your cargo bay. Very good that cargo bay and vehicle bay are separate things now, as they should be. And this opens up also to an interesting area, which is the back of the ship, which is the viewing room. So walking through this hangar to a viewing room, there's most likely a very wide open window at the back, allowing you to look out the back of the ship. It is for exploration, obviously, and no doubt that is going to be a very, very pretty view. But let's draw our attention back to this elevator, which I don't know why this excites me. Maybe that's stupid. But the elevator they use in this ship is actually of Xi'an design. Can you see it over there? Let's find you a closer picture. And the closer picture is actually right here. Take a look at the right-hand side. There it is. What does that look like to you? Stargate fans, you know right away what I'm talking about. The rings, right? These two individuals are standing on a platform which comes up and down. This alone, I'm sorry, I'm just nerding out to this, all right? This alone is the selling feature for me to buy this ship, because you can now use these rings to transport yourself in and out. Well, it's not transporting, but it's basically the Xi'an take on an elevator, much the same way that the Xi'an stairs in the Car2Well pop out. This will likely contract and expand like an accordion, lifting the elevator up and down. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to hear what it sounds like. I can't wait to use it. That is a beautiful touch. MISC is known for using Xi'an technology, as mentioned in the gravity generator. Right over here, you'll see it mentioned, Xi'an inspired. And obviously the Reliant line of ships, which also use Xi'an technology. So there you have it, ladies and gents, a blown-up update with more information about this very interesting, enticing ship. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings us to the conclusion. Let me know what you think about the Xi'an-inspired elevator and anything you may have learned. If you enjoy this content, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.